Okay. Okay, guys. Oh, I think this is working. I think I got it fixed. Really sorry to all of those of you who showed up in the other video and the video was lagging still. I think Morgan was able to help me. So I'm just going to need all of you guys to let me know in the chat that we're all good. That we're all good. Let me just double check. Let me see if I can pull it up here too on. Okay, looks much better, Kat. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we're not lagging as much. Kathleen says a little better, but not that much. Just let me know if the video isn't super lagging. It's still marginally laggy, but way better. Okay. Good enough to go. All right. Wow. Hi guys, how are you all doing? Yeah, and it's still saying skipping a few frames. All right, well, we'll just make do with this one, and then I will figure this out. I will get this straight. Still in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, right? Love to blame the technology on good old Mercury. So twin flame, higher self communication, guys, I am so excited to finally give you this video. Finally. Okay, Cassie, no lagging there. Good to see you, girl. And in Lekek, hi, in Lekek. I love that. That was actually one of my ways to sign off because I'm very much into the Mayan culture. Okay, no lagging, video's good. All right, we're good to go. Hi, Amber girl. Good to see you in the membership. Those of you who are a part of my YouTube membership program, your weekly tarot readings come out every Friday. Check the community post to get the video there. All right, awesome. Let's get into this. So guys, as you know, I have gone through quite an interesting healing journey that you guys have all been so gracious enough to follow me on. And I've been really open about some of the stuff that I have had to heal from, which is, of course, some sexual abuse, which has lent me into working a lot with my inner child. And as a lot of you who are familiar with my work and my channel, you will know this, but to those of you who are new, because I've had quite a few new subscribers lately, to me, what I've found is my work with my inner child has dramatically increased my intuitive abilities like tenfold, like nothing else I've done in my healing journey. And one of the things that has come online for me over the last year or so has been getting access to a very fertile dreamscape. So in my dreams, I tend to get a lot of intuitive and precognitive information. And I say that because a lot of it has already come true. And what has kind of kicked it off was my communication with someone who I know is my twin. Now, I don't know if everyone believes in the twin flame journey. I have a little bit of I believe in it. I absolutely believe in it, but I deviate a little bit from the mainstream story of the twin flame, in a sense that I don't believe that we only have one twin flame. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, Cole, that's not true. There's only one. But that's just my belief. I certainly do not ask anyone else to take on that belief. It's just from everything I've learned and everything I understand about this universe and the multiverse and this idea of infinite possibilities and infinite timelines, that I just can't imagine that there would only be one person available to you to experience a very divine love. And so that being said, though, I know who one of my twins is, okay? And I've known him for a couple of years. And we're currently in separation right now because he's going through a very big part of his own healing journey. But his higher self is communicating with my higher self a lot. I mean, his higher self communicates with me quite often, but what I've received access to via the dreams is the divine orchestration that happens when higher selves get together to start planning out what they want to happen next on the journey. Now, this happens with all of our higher selves. It's not just the twin flame journey. And I know this to be true because I've had this happen with other people that I know and their higher selves in my dream state. Okay. So as you know, the divine orchestration that happens on this planet that to help us all on our journey, there literally is an orchestration behind the scenes of your higher self and other people's higher selves coming together and planning and orchestrating all the events that are going to happen, or how are we going to move forward and what do we want to happen next and what's most important for this journey and that journey. All of that is actually happening behind the scenes. And I have been, I don't want to say granted access. That kind of sounds a little bit weird, but I've been given access to that. I guess I don't know if it's something that, well, actually, no, that's a lie. I know that through the separation, this was orchestrated by both of our higher selves to help me enhance my intuitive abilities because I love this person so much. And I can say that wholeheartedly that I've never loved anyone as much as I love this person. And I didn't know that it was possible to love in a way so unconditionally that I am okay stepping back and not interfering in this person's journey because I want to make sure that he gets the most out of his journey that he needs to in whatever timing is right for him. I don't want to interfere in that process, even if it means we don't end up coming into union, which of course would be devastating, but it's a reality, and that's something that I have to come to terms with and understand. And that's, you're in a much higher frequency of heart activations when you start to really understand the importance of not stepping on someone else's journey, no matter how much you want to be with them, and having to love from a distance and be okay with that. And that's kind of what's happening right now. So I've been shown various scenes through the dream state that have given me insight to where he currently is on his journey, even though we don't really talk that much. And so far, I shouldn't say everything, because some things haven't come to fruition yet. I want to say 80% of what I've been shown through the dream state has come true already and is very accurate to what's going on in this person's life. And so what happens is, and again, this can happen with anyone's higher self, okay? So this could be you and say, I don't know, your best friend, or you and a cousin, or like, it could be anyone, okay? This happens. And I'm giving you guys an insight into what I'm experiencing because I'm curious to know if any of you are experiencing this. And I also want to put this out because you may start experiencing it and you'll know what it is when it starts to happen. So it's almost as if his higher self dials up my higher self and they're talking on the phone and they're like, so what do we want to do right now? How do we want to go about this? And they play it out via a dream. So it's almost like I've seen dreams where, or I should say, I've been part of the dream where I literally am watching what's kind of happening. I'm getting the insight, and it's almost like he's saying, hey, I'm going to show you what's going on so I can actually get answers to the questions I've been having and wondering, hear me in 3D. And I literally start to get these answers through the dream state. And it's really wild. And some of you out there in the chat are good friends of mine. And I've shared some of this with you. And it's pretty mind-blowing. So one of the ways that I know this is happening is the dream is very lucid-like. Very lucid. Like it feels extremely real. And I also have some awareness that it's another reality. It's not this current timeline that I'm in. And what's really been beautiful is in one of the last dreams where I've had higher self to higher self communication is that I can see that the higher selves are now starting to orchestrate union. However, this person requires a lot of time to get to that point in order to be ready. And in the dream, what was playing out was us two moving faster into union. And there was a moment in the dream where I felt myself pull away. And I had this sense of realizing, no, it's moving too fast. It can't move this fast. And I understood that that was my higher self making that decision. And so when I looked at him in the dream and I said, we don't have to move this fast. We can slow down. We can take our time. And because I had the sense, telepathically, I could understand looking at him in the dream that he was feeling the exact same way that my higher self was feeling. And so when I said, we can take our time, he looked so relieved and he said, thank you. And he's like, because I really want to move forward with you, but I want to do this right. And I said, no problem. We're going to take it slow. And so, 3D self down here is like, damn it. But there's the other part of me knowing that, these things take time. And so I've been kind of given that access of understanding why things are moving slower. And it kind of gives me some peace down here in 3D, like this reality that I'm living and I'm going about and understanding that this is something that has to play out this way. I have also had higher self to higher self communication with other people, another person who I'm very close with. And we haven't been talking for a while. And in this dream, I could see that this person was wanting to know why. And I had to explain it to this person, higher self to higher self. And here's the interesting thing, guys, that I really want to lay out, because I don't know if this is understood so much, because it's not even, I didn't even understand it until very recently. But we assume that our higher selves are the ultimate, like have the ultimate information, know exactly everything so perfectly, like are completely together. I don't think that's so. From what I've seen in the dream state, I believe that, okay, I'm getting information right now. 1 second. Okay. What I'm being told is, this is interesting, that as so you guys know how I've talked about how the ascension is really like a descension, that our higher selves are actually descending more and more and integrating into this physical reality for us so that we can be living our life much more through higher self understanding and awareness. there are levels of that higher self coming in. It's almost like there's percentages. Okay. Percentages that come in that will reflect your awareness and expanded consciousness through that. And so what I noticed in particular in this dream was that this person's higher self-awareness wasn't at the state yet in this reality of understanding how to navigate the next step for their journey at the level that would absolutely allow this person back into my life. And I've talked about boundaries, guys. I've talked about boundaries on this channel. And this is someone where I've had to just draw a line in the sand and like create a boundary because I wasn't willing to engage in a certain manner anymore. So through the dream state, you guys, you may be getting access to the divine orchestration of your higher self with other higher selves to show you what's in play. And there's a difference between, because I've also been shown timeline shifts in the dream state. So again, like I said, guys, my dreams have become one of my most intuitive realities in my or where I can access a lot of my intuition and probably the most precognitive intuitive gifts, because so much has come true through this dream state. But you can also access alternate timelines and see what's happening in that timeline that you're working. So I'm working towards a certain timeline with my twin, and I was shown this timeline and what it looks like, and I was shocked. It was like a total transformation of this person in their happiness and just everything. And it's wild to see. So there's so many different aspects that you might be shown via your higher self of showing you potentially what the journey is for the other person at this time, or how they're helping you to plan your journey. You may get access to alternate timelines that are of a higher potential that you're working towards. You also, I want to say this too, may get a main line into the multidimensional aspect of the person, meaning you'll see things you don't want to see. And I've had access to that as well, where I'm like, whoa, that is definitely the more wounded aspects, the lower aspects coming through that are not yet healed, and how that all plays out. And I'm like, wow, that's so interesting to see. So there are ways to communicate. Some of you may, if your dreams are super fertile, and I know not everyone's dreams are, okay? So this is for people who really experience either lucid dreaming or a lot of dreaming, get a lot of messages through their dreams, are very much in tune to their dream world. Now, if you're not tuned into your dream world and you want to be, clean up your digestive tract. Your digestion tract is your gateway. Your gut is your gateway to your dream world. And I noticed that, okay, this is going to be a little TMI, everyone, but like I keep it real on my channel. I'm totally myself. But, there were a couple weeks where things weren't moving along the way they used to, or they should be. And, digestion was very sluggish and very slow. Let's just put it that way. And that totally screwed up my dream world. I was like, wow, I'm not getting access to the things I used to. And I'm like, duh, damn it. And so basically what I did is I knew I had to go back on like celery juice and a lot more fiber and all of that stuff. But that is something that I just want to let you guys know is a way to get access to your dream state, your dream world. Now, I'm presenting this because, of course, this isn't the only way that you get your communication. I'm just presenting this because this is a way I have received quite a bit of high definition, of high value information into what's coming and what's already happened now. Like, I've literally already seen most of it play out. So, this is really interesting. So I kind of want to see with you guys if you have any questions in the chat that you would like me to answer. Yeah, you notice, Zancato, I notice that when I'm not hydrated, I don't dream much. Yeah. Hydration, water, so important. But I drink like 3 to 4 liters a day. And I'm like, what else do I need to do? Mind you, I'm living in a very dry climate, high altitude. Let me just see if there's any questions here. And of course, guys, if you do have a question, just put the word question in cap locks beside it so I can find it a little easier. Let me see. Zencato, a twin flame is like someone who shares the same soul as you. It's supposed to be different than a soulmate, but Nicole probably has a better answer than, it doesn't have to be a significant other though. No, it doesn't. Cassie, I've experienced the exact relationship with someone who I knew had to be my twin flame. He inadvertently flashed the mirror back at me. That enabled me to grow, but it was very painful. Yes. So our twins actually are our greatest. Man, it's not an easy journey in the sense that your twin is there to hold the mirror up to the places inside of you really don't want to look at. Okay, and that really need a deep excavation through your soul. That's what it's all about. Like, that's part of the whole reason. Brandy, those are the dreams you remember, even small details. I love those and even miss some of the people and places until I go back. Yeah, the dreams, that's another great thing to say. When I'm dreaming, when I'm having these moments, the dream, I'm telling they're in such high definition. I remember so many details when I wake up. So many details. I've had some dreams too with this person where I can tell it's not higher self to higher self communication. It's just a dream. So I want to make that clear that I am actually witnessing there is a difference. So one of the things is high definition dream, very lucid, feels very real. You get access to a lot of details. And I want to say too that one of the dead giveaways for me is that there's an awareness for the individual journey of each of us, where it's not about trying to impose what one or the other wants on the other person. There seems to be a mutual understanding for the individual journey and how that's all going to play out without stepping on the journey of the other person. Okay, so that's also something that has made itself known. Cassie, I also knew when I had to pull away from the relationship because if I would be depriving him the opportunity of waking up in history. Exactly. For me, I know that this person needs to really discover their own power. This person is extremely powerful. He has no idea how intuitive he is yet and how incredibly powerful he is because he's taught me so much. I've learned so much through the journey. He's been one of my greatest teachers, but he has no recognition of that power. And I think I can't be around in order for him to discover it. And I want him to be fully in his power when I'm with him. So I'm okay letting that happen. Janine Marie, I'm at work and forgot my vitamins, my probiotics. Thanks. No problem. Happy dreams to you later tonight. Scott, you rub your belly in circles. That's good. That's actually good massage technique. Above duality, a frolly pop a day keeps Western medicine at bay. I do need to get my Frolly Pop hat from my store. Speaking of, guys, my merch store, if you want anything, all of that is in the description below. I know some of you guys have bought some of my merch and then tagged me on Instagram, and I've added it to my stories. Thanks so much for your support that way. Zencat, okay, question, here we go. Do you go into dream state with a question you want an answer to, or does the precognition just come? That's a great question. In fact, I would say, starting off, put out the intention and go into your dream with an actual question or intention. It may not come that night or the next night, but as you keep putting the intention in, you'll start, it will come because you're asking for that. I think the communication has been so strong between me and this person, because even people who've passed on from his family are communicating with me to get him messages, that I access it a lot in waking state. But that being said, the dream state is giving me much more high definition understanding and comprehension of what's going on. Above duality, twin flame relationships are easy. Yeah, I know there's a sarcastic one there on that one. Okay. So yeah, ask the question before you go into the dream state. You may even want to write it down in a journal as well. If you can write it down, say it out loud, and think it, you're kind of giving it more power to come into manifestation. Free press. I entered a huge room like a station transporting to another reality in a dream, and a woman I never met came to me and hugged you. Oh, wow. Very cool. Okay, Maz, question. What else in your diet? What does your exercise meditation regime look like? So I exercise quite a bit, guys. I run usually twice a week. I do kettlebell workouts 4 times a week. I do yoga 3 to 4 times a week. I'm moving. And in the summer, I was rollerblading twice a week. And that's why I have this on my hand. For those of you guys who are wondering, yeah, just a little rollerblade incident, big fall last week, but everything's healing. So I am exercising a lot. My meditation practice, it's kind of off and on. I'll be really honest with you guys. I'm not meditating every day. However, I do have a lot that I'm involved in that is requiring me to be grounded and aware that sometimes I'm, producing meditations, or I'm working on course material for my alchemy group, which, guys, if you want to join alchemy, the link to that is in the description below. And so when I'm getting involved in that, I'm kind of channeling there. So there is some there, but the meditation, I have started to increase it a little bit more. I also do breath work. Breath work is a form of meditation, and I find that really helpful in just grounding my energy and bringing me into a state of neutrality, like helping me find that 0 point field. Diet wise, I have to say, let's see. I eat meat. I used to be vegetarian, but now I eat meat again just because I know that's what my body needs. And I don't judge anyone on their diet. You can be a vegan, a vegetarian, all meat, pescatarian, whatever it is, just listen to your body. All things hold consciousness, even your vegetables. They're your life. So everything that we consume is a life and it has consciousness, whether it's a vegetable or an animal. I just try to, when I do eat meat, I really try my best to make sure that it's from local farmers, well-raised, sustainably raised animals, that sort of thing. No antibiotics, no nitrates or anything like that. Scott, I am confused sometimes. I feel in my sleep someone is touching my back, my hair sometimes pushing me and freezing me motionless. I sometimes feel, are they my guardian angels or someone else? That's interesting. Freezing you motionless. Are you talking about, that sounds more like sleep paralysis. But I don't know, are you scared? Is the energy scary, Scott? Because that, I don't know why you would be frozen motionless. That's a little bit of a red flag to me. But yes, I have felt, like, for instance, last night in meditation, while I was meditating, I did feel, actually, I felt something on my foot, but then I also felt through my right hand. It was almost like there was lightning coming through all of my fingertips, going straight down my hand through my forearm and into my elbow and right into my shoulder. And it was really weird. It was the first time I've ever experienced anything like that. I don't know what it was, but I feel like we get activated too through our meditation with our guides coming in, if that's where you're ready. If you're ready for certain upgrades, they are helping, and that can happen through meditation. So I have had meditations quite a few years ago when I was in a really, really dark spot in my life. Like, this was around 2014, and I was just really in a low spot, like really low. And I remember in meditation, and I just went in and I begged actually for my angels to just let me know that they are here. And I literally felt angel wings wrap around me completely. It so much so that I burst into tears. It was so palpable. There was no denying it. So they are there with you, and you can feel that. Above duality question: any invocations pre-sleep to access certain dream states, i.e. releasing soul contracts to enter higher states? Yeah, invocations are always powerful. Your word is extremely powerful. If you create your own invocations, one of the invocations that I sometimes do if I want to like really increase my energy field is I'll bring in a pillar of light around me, usually before I do meditation or before I go to sleep. And I just choose whatever color frequency feels right to me. Sometimes it's multicolored. And I ask for the pillar of light to penetrate the ground 1,000 feet below, and to seal off my energy field, to be making it impenetrable to all imperfect vibratory rates. So you can do that as well. And just ask that the pillar of light be strengthened and intensified to becoming impermeable to all imperfect vibratory rates. That way you go into sleep with a really powerful energy shield, because the astral plane's it's a little ghetto. The astral plane can be a little ghetto for some people. Mike, how do I start healing my entire body and mind, as well as weight loss and getting back in shape with a well-balanced nutrition? Well, showing up for yourself. The biggest thing you can do, Mike, is just start. Make a commitment list, write down everything that you want to do, and then how does that look every day, and what do you have to do to show up differently each day in order to execute that? What are some foods that you need to stop eating? What are some foods that you need to implement? Everyone's body's different, so I can't tell you right now which that is, but there's a lot of things that you can do. The biggest thing is consistency and everyday showing up for yourself. I have to say that one of the things, and I always tell this to my clients when I'm coaching them, because it's something I had to do for myself, is every time I'm trying to break a habit that is of lack consciousness, that doesn't believe I'm good enough or makes me a priority, I always tell myself, if I go to do something that I know is making myself a priority, but then I'm like, oh, I'll do it later, or maybe I don't really need to do it today, I'm literally telling myself, you don't matter. You're not a priority. Something else is a priority. And so you've got to really kind of stand up for yourself and show up for yourself. That's the biggest thing, is showing up for yourself day after day after day. Okay, guys. Yeah, the astral ghetto. All right, guys, I'm going to close out the video here. Thank you so much for joining, guys. If you need any more information or you want to work with me, just head on over to my website, NicoleFrolic.com. And I've got a newsletter there if you guys want to sign up. I love you guys so much, and I'll be back with you guys real soon. Thanks for sticking around, and thanks for helping me out.